Hello Nityank, very good afternoon. Yashasvi, Zesha, Srestha, good to see you guys. I'm assuming everybody's already feeling like the Independence Day celebrations are kind of just around the corner. All geared up for the 75th Indian Independence Day celebrations and so on. And in furtherance of certain announcements that we had made yesterday, right, we are of course going to have 4 days of Independence Day celebrations here at Gradeup, and one of the things that we are going to be doing in furtherance of the 75th Independence Day celebrations is basically going to be to have heartfelt discussions on some of the important constitutional law aspects, some of the discussions on the father of the constitution that we had yesterday, talking about Dr. Ambedkar, about the Constituent Assembly. Today evening, of course, we have a marathon session on constitutional law itself, right? We're going to be doing lots of questions today evening at 6 p.m. on the app, right? And of course, we are going to look at the basic laws and rights every Indian citizen must know about in light of the 75th Indian Independence Day celebrations. Okay, some more people have joined in. Ali Rizvi, hello Ali, how are you? Moviz Malik, Moviz, hi. So here Uzaifa Malik, okay. Okay, Uzaifa, hi Uzaifa, how are you doing? Shweta, very good afternoon. Ahana is here, Srestha is here. Ultraviolet भाई ऐसे तो कैसे पता चलेगा ना. Jai Hind Shrestha, Jai Hind, and happy 75th Independence Day in advance to you as well, Uzaifa. Good to see the wishes flowing in 2 days before the actual Independence Day celebrations are going to be on its way. Okay, also very important announcement. Also, we do have the flat 50% discount code, that is the code of Azadi 50, that all of you can use, which will also have a 75% extra validity for all your Gradeup super subscriptions. And please remember, this is a unique code. This is a very unique code, because this code will also give you a 75% extra validity, and we have the last 2 more days of sale that are ahead of us, so make the most of it before the code expires on Independence Day. Right now, what are the courses that you can use this subscription for? Of course, you can use it for CLAT 2022, the repeaters course, which is going to be in bilingual batch. Again, the enrollments have already begun. At the same time, we also have the CLAT 2022 comprehensive course, which is again going to be both in English as well as bilingual mediums of instructions, right? So again, enrollments have already started, enrollments are already on, the batches have also just been launched, so do make the most of it. And of course, we have the CLAT 2023 comprehensive course. For batch 3, the enrollments are still going on. Batch 1 and 2 are already full. So once again, do make the most of it. Right? Okay. Some interesting and important laws that all of us as Indian citizens, as people born and brought up in India, we should be knowing about, right? What are some of these important provisions of law? The important provisions of law are, for instance, one is under Article 22. So first of all, Article 22 of the Constitution means that this is a fundamental right under Part 3 of the Constitution of India, right? Under Part 3, this is a fundamental right. Now, Article 21 also provides you a right to life and personal liberty, right to life and personal liberty. So personal liberty again includes the idea of a certain degree of freedom, the right not to be randomly arrested, and stuff like that. But at the same time, Article 22 is a specific provision. It is a specific provision which provides you with certain rights in terms of what happens if you are arrested, right? So what are these rights? Any person arrested has a right to be informed of the offense or of the charges for which the person has been arrested. The arrested person has the right to inform his friend, relative or any other person about his arrest, right? So aap log, you can all give us here at Gradeup, you can give me a call and I will be happy to help you out if unfortunately, if you are ever in that kind of situation, right? So this is okay. Any person also has a right to be defended by a lawyer of his or her own choice, right? And you must be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours of being arrested, right? So this is of course excluding the travel time. So agar court se, matlab police station se going to the court takes about 2 hours, for example, then you have to be produced before the magistrate within 26 hours, because 2 hours of travel time and 24 hours is the duration. So 24 plus 2, within 26 hours you have to be produced before the magistrate. And as per section 46 of the CRPC, right, for all the women that are in this session, you should be aware about some of your rights as well. As per section 46 of the Code of Civil Procedure, a woman can be arrested not earlier than 6 a.m. in the morning and not after 6 p.m. in the evening. So it should not be in the middle of the night. There are some exceptional situations. But I am telling you what is the general rule. What is the general rule? You cannot be arrested after 6 p.m. in the evening and before 6 a.m. in the morning. So that is during night time. During night time, you cannot be arrested. And of course, there must be a woman who is present at the time of the arrest of a woman. So male officers cannot arrest a female officer as well, right? So criminal magistrate or civil magistrate? Criminal magistrate, of course. Civil magistrate, first division, second division, इनके सामने क्यों produce होगा? जब matter criminal है, तो magistrate भी criminal का ही माना जाएगा, right? Okay. Now another interesting law, unrelated to the previous discussion, of course, because we didn't want to keep it at one topic, तो थोड़ा सा variety के साथ हम अपने topics को भी sort of देखेंगे. Another interesting law is about adoption. Adoption law in India. Now, a Hindu person who has a son or grandson cannot adopt a son as per section 11 of the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Did you know this, guys? Did you know this? This is kind of an... So if you already have a child of a particular gender, right, you cannot adopt a child of the same gender. That's under the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, at least, right? The age difference between adopting parents and adopted child must be at least 21 years. At least 21. 6 साल का gap में अलग से वो बेटा बच्चा ये सब नहीं माना जाएगा. Must be at least 21 years of gap by virtue again of section 11 of the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Okay, sir, from this can they ask questions in the CLAT exam? Kishan, yes, of course. In fact, questions पूछे गए हैं. If you look at the past year papers, इससे पहली बात मुझे यही समझ में आ गई that you have not seen the past year papers, right? If you already look at the past year papers, you will not have this confusion. Of course, questions are asked from these areas as well, right? Sir, but police never produce accused in front of magistrates within 24 hours. What can we do if it happens? So first of all, police does produce people. So the police never produces. ये तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया. Police does produce people within 24 hours before a magistrate, or lets the person go, or arrest के definition में ही हम उसको include नहीं करते हैं. तो ये सब complication sort of ज़रूर होता है. I'm new. अच्छा, no problem, Kishan, no problem. तो past year papers देखना ज़रूरी है. You will automatically get a very, very good idea कि कहां से क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं और कहां से नहीं पूछते हैं. नाउ if as Uzaifa is asking, if a person is not produced before a judicial magistrate within 24 hours, then what you can do is you can file a writ of habeas corpus, right? Habeas corpus provision mein, it is a writ petition that can be filed under Article 32 directly before the Supreme Court. It can be filed under Article 226 before the High Court. इसमें से आप कुछ भी करके बिल्कुल अपना फिर एक्शन ले सकते हैं, right? That is the idea. Is that clear? Okay, sometimes if it happens, then of course sometimes it does happen. I'm not. Thank you so much. You always teach best. Thank you, Kishan. Thank you very much. It will arbitrarily do the arrest. Yes, arbitrary arrest is of course not valid, right? It is not valid. Okay, let's move on. Free legal aid, again, very important law and a very popular law as well, right? Very popular law. The free legal aid is basically a right which is guaranteed under Article 39 capital A of the Constitution of India. So it's a directive principle of state policy जो हम in any case apply करते हैं, that if somebody is unable, right, if somebody is unable to kind of unable to afford, unable to pay for a lawyer, right, then it is the duty of the state to ensure that bankrupt person or that poor person who does not have access to financial resources and so on, that person is going to be provided a lawyer free of cost. That's the whole idea of Article 39A. So that is again a legal right which exists in our country, right? So there's an essential for JMI which is on the 17th. I mean it all helps. ये सब laws तो हैं ही जिससे questions past year paper वगैरह कई बार पूछा गया है. So you might as well take a look at it, right? When you will start teaching in Super Batch of 2022, I think I'm already teaching in one of the comprehensive course batches. I will have to see about the other batches, of course, right? I will have to see about the other batches. Okay. Another important law is about Motor Vehicles Act, right? Some of you, and I don't recommend it, and I think alcohol is injurious to health, so you should all remember those essentials at the very least. But under the Motor Vehicles Act of 1988, please remember that drunken driving without a helmet, seat belt, all of these things, under section 185, the police can arrest you and impose a fine if at the time of driving your 100 milliliter of blood contains more than 30 milligram of alcohol. 30 milligram of blood कैसे लिखा हुआ? What is it supposed to be? 30 mg of blood alcohol levels, no? Okay, so then it becomes a problem, and then certain action can of course be taken, right? Okay. So does state provide lawyer to poor people? Yes, of course, Huzaifa, that's the whole point. So if a person is employed and still unable to afford, yes, Shrestha, point is unable to afford के definition में अगर problem आ रही है तो cannot afford है तो then the government will have to provide it, right? Okay. So if you're fined for a traffic crime like riding without a helmet or any other reason, you cannot be fined for the same offense on the same day. It cannot be for the same day. It has to be for a different day. क्योंकि आज अगर मेरे पास हेलमेट नहीं था दोपहर के 2 बजे तो शाम के 4 बजे भी कैसे मेरे पास हेलमेट होगा, right? It's on the same day. You cannot be fined for the same offense. हाँ, लेकिन कल अगर फिर से हेलमेट नहीं है तो फिर से फाइन होगा, लेकिन आज 2 बार बिना हेलमेट के लिए फाइन नहीं किया जा सकता, right? That's the idea. So do law colleges support sports? I mean, support sports in what way? you are obviously free to, you will have enough time to be able to play sports, but that's really up to you. Support का क्या मतलब है यहाँ पर? I mean, the college is not going to, if the college team is participating, if the university team is participating and so on, तब तो ये होगा that you know you are going to be paid for, मतलब sponsored in the sense कि आपको obviously उसका खर्चा नहीं देखना है, अलग से salary नहीं मिलेगी. I'm just saying travel costs and accommodation and everything, usually the university will take care of it, but otherwise, I mean, not too much, no. It's a government university at the end of the day, which is established to give legal education. So, do they have competitions? Of course, there are a lot of competitions. Invictus happens in NUJS. Spiritus is the sports fest of NLS Bangalore. So, hota to hai, definitely hota hai, not a problem. Sir, that's doctrine of double jeopardy. No, Shrestha and Uzaifa, both of you I think have that confusion. This is not double jeopardy. This is not double jeopardy. Okay, double jeopardy mein you cannot be tried for the same offense twice. Okay, so if I commit murder of A and I commit murder of B, these are different offenses, right? Similarly, when it comes to this helmet situation, today, right now it is 2:15 or whatever, 2:20 p.m. So at 2:20 p.m. if I am fined for not wearing a helmet, and at 4 p.m. again I am found to be driving without a helmet, दो अलग-अलग जगह पे, right? This is not double jeopardy, because जब मैं बिना हेलमेट के गाड़ी चला रहा हूँ तब अलग-अलग ऑफेंस है. But same day, यहाँ पर सेम ऑफेंस की बात नहीं है, सेम डे इज द मेजर इशू, कि सेम ऑफेंस के लिए सेम डे पनिशमेंट फिर से नहीं मिल सकता, क्योंकि अगर 1 घंटे पहले मेरे पास हेलमेट नहीं था तो आधे घंटे बाद भी फिर से हेलमेट अचानक कहां से आ जाएगा. दैट्स द आइडिया कि एक बार फाइन हो गया, आज के लिए बहुत है, आज के लिए बहुत है, अब कल के लिए आपको टाइम दे दिया गया. टुमारो, बाय टुमारो गेट योर हेलमेट, बाय टुमारो गेट योर हेलमेट एंड गेट योर थिंग्स इन ऑर्डर, you know, and so on. So that's the idea. It's different from, very different from double jeopardy. Okay, sir, if all the good lawyers refuse to fight a case, what can be done? So I mean, वो तो government has to figure it out. No, that's not up to you. कोई नहीं argue कर रहा है तो फिर तो बात हो गई, अलग बात है ना. Sir, if a woman found drunk, can she be arrested on a drunk and drive case at night? Yes, but female officers etc. वो सब अलग से देखना पड़ेगा. वही मैं कह रहा हूँ कि there are some exceptions, there are some additional rules and guidelines. But the minimum is a female officer must be present. If only male officers are doing the checkup, then a woman cannot be detained. Then a woman cannot be detained. Okay. Okay, what is an FIR? What is an FIR? As per the Code of Criminal Procedure, very popular word that all of you have heard about, right? First of all, please remember, FIR is not step 1. पहले क्या होता है? If you file a complaint, then the police will do a preliminary investigation, and if the police is satisfied on doing the preliminary investigation, then they will register an FIR. That's the basic idea. That is the basic idea. Now, when it comes to the Criminal Procedure Code, right, the police officer must register an FIR for a cognizable offense. So आपको ऑफ कोर्स देखना पड़ेगा कि आप कौन से क्राइम के लिए कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं. कॉग्निजेबल ऑफेंसेस आर यूजुअली सीरियस ऑफेंसेस लाइक मर्डर, रेप, डकॉइटी. 50 रुपए की चोरी हुई है सर, 50 रुपए की चोरी इज नॉट अ कॉग्निजेबल ऑफेंस, दिस इज अ पेटी ऑफेंस, राइट? सो उसके लिए नहीं होगा. If even the senior officials refuse to register the FIR after you go to the SP, Superintendent of Police, if the SP also refuses to register the FIR, then you can directly go to the magistrate under section 156 clause 3 of the CRPC. You can go to the magistrate under section 156 clause 3 of the CRPC and then register your complaint as an FIR. So court magistrate ही अलग से order कर देंगे, तो obviously FIR register करना पड़ेगा ही, right? Other important rights जो directly constitution CRPC यहाँ से नहीं है, but for example through so many so many judicial decisions, so many court orders, etc. हमने कुछ चीजें discover की. Like for example, the court has already said that live-in relationships are not legal in India under any law. Two consenting adults, out of their own free will, out of their own free choices, can obviously live together, whether it is a man and a man, whether it is a man and a woman, or two women, मतलब जो भी हो, it's basically two consenting adults. They can live together and it will not be a violation of any law. A man and a woman are entitled to equal pay for equal work, and it is a provision under Article 39 of the Constitution of India that this provision forms part of the directive principles of state policy, that equal pay for equal work must obviously happen. Right now, a very important change had happened in 2005, where women, right, under Hindu law before 2005, women were not entitled to have equal right to property, correct? But as far as after 2005 is concerned, daughters are entitled to the property of the father in the same way, equal, right, in the same way as a son is entitled in terms of succession law. And this is after the amendment to the Hindu Succession Act by the Amendment Act of 2005, right, जब हमने ये पूरा law change किया. Whether the daughter is married or the daughter is not married does not make any difference to this situation, right? Women have the right against any kind of sexual harassment as well. Of course they do, and they can file a complaint under the provisions of Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act of 2013. So the general rule जो है कि of course there are certain protections under the Indian Penal Code itself, but this specific protection is for workplaces, okay, and it was introduced after the Vishakha case, Vishakha versus State of Rajasthan, where the Supreme Court of India laid down various guidelines. You know that there is obviously sexual harassment, etc., that happens generally, right? There is of course sexual harassment that happens generally, but workplace mein there are some unique problems that women face anyway, right? So that kind of special positioning requires a special kind of protection as well, right? So requires a special protection as well, and that's what this law, which came after the Vishakha judgment of the Supreme Court, actually lays down as well, right? So please inform the class of yours that today at 6 p.m. will be free or not on the app. Yes, it will be. Today the marathon constitutional law session will be absolutely free today for sure. Okay, can we use private defense against police officer? Yes, of course. Full form of CRPC is Criminal Procedure Code. Zero FIR, Shrestha, basically means that irrespective of where, irrespective of what is the jurisdiction, etc., you can still file, what is it? You can register an FIR in any place, चाहे उस police थाने का jurisdiction हो या ना हो, and so on. So that's the idea there. Okay, sir, I cleared CLAT 2021 and got TNLU. Should I go for it? So you can go and give the examination again, no? Sir, what is CRPC 321? Okay, under section 321, the public prosecutor. Under 321, it is basically the public prosecutor can withdraw from the prosecution, right? Can withdraw from the prosecution, but withdraw करने के लिए court का permission होना जरूरी है. Please remember. That's section 321 of the CRPC. Sir, will a woman be protected under Domestic Violence Act if she's in a live-in relationship? I mean, it's still an evolving area of law. But yes, generally speaking, yes. If daughter is married and has more property than the father, will she still have the right for property? Yes. Ziesha, yes. That does not make any difference. Okay, that does not make any difference. Is property law 2005 is prospective or retrospective? It is retrospective. It is retrospective. सर नोटिफिकेशन नहीं आती है लाइव की. सो त्रासिक इन एनी केस 6 PM, ये तो मैं बता ही रहा हूं ना आप लोगों को, उसमें अब इशू कहां बच रहा है. 6 PM we will have the session, right? 6 PM we will definitely have the session. That is at the Gradeup app itself, right? On the Gradeup app. So do make the most of it. There are so many constitutional law issues, etc., that we will be discussing, right? Let me just, today at 6 PM, constitutional law marathon session. Okay. Okay. Okay, just wanted to put it there. Let me take you to it. Okay. Okay, so don't forget to join us at that place. This is on the Gradeup app, right? This is on the Gradeup app that we will have this session. So feel free to join in and feel free to make the most of it. This is on the Gradeup app, constitutional law marathon session, right? सर मेरा लॉयड लॉ कॉलेज मिला है पर्सनल थ्रो, क्या ये कॉलेज एक्सेप्ट कर ले, इसका प्लेसमेंट अच्छा, मतलब इट्स नॉट वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कॉलेजेस ऑफ कोर्स, बट अब क्या करें, ज़्यादा ऑप्शंस नहीं है तो करना ही पड़ेगा. ओके सर, इफ अ फॉरेनर वांट टू रजिस्टर वेयर शुड गो? नॉर्मल पुलिस स्टेशन, फॉरेनर भी पुलिस स्टेशन जाएगा. You don't have to be an Indian to go complain, right? Sir, if no one lodges an FIR, then police can act under zero FIR. No. Zero FIR means कहीं पर भी केस हो सकता है. That's the point. Police can anyway act without for any cognizable offense without any FIR. So that's fine. संतोष, जो मुझे भी मिला है बट नहीं करा मैंने, भी बेकार है वो. Okay. So that is Lloyd College, I assume that you're talking about. Okay. So if a foreigner want to register, so go to any police station, right? Okay. ठीक है guys. So we will see you at 6 PM for the marathon session, which should go at least 1.5 hours तक. हम लोग आज बहुत सारे constitutional law के questions करेंगे. So see you that time. Thank you very, very much. Have a lovely afternoon in the meanwhile. Bye bye everyone. See you soon.